Hey guys, if you've seen my flag videos and you're making flags for your friends and family, if you're using my videos as a guide, that's awesome. I appreciate that. But here's a couple things that I've learned over the past couple months that I wanted to share with you. It might be something that can help you, maybe, maybe not, but I want to show it to you. Check this out. Okay, we're at this point on this flag. It's just the strips that I have here burned and they're ready to go, and the union's burned. My next step is to put strips on the back of it to hold it together before I put the stars in the union. Now, I bring it over to my workbench and I'll flip these over. So, flip these over so that the union ends up being down here upside down or face down. And while I'm at this point, let me show you. I've started burning the back of them, and this was my wife's idea. The back was just kind of plain. It didn't have, it just raw wood. So she suggested just lightly burning the back of it, and I think it helped. No pattern to it. I just burn it. Just put a little shade on it. And I also, each one of these strips, even the ones that don't get charred on the front side so much, I will burn those slightly on the edges. And actually my son's doing this most of my burning for me. But the reason for that is if you get one that's offset a little, if you don't have a little bit of color to it here, it's going to really stand out. And for the most part, these are just pretty much scraps. They're furring strips, but they're not perfect. So the fact that they're furring strips, there could be some thicker than others. And if you got one thicker and it's actually sticking up, especially like against that black, if you don't have a little bit of color on that side there, it's going to stand out because it's going to look like this. So we burn the edges a little bit just to give it some color to kind of kill that in case it does there are some differences in the thickness. So usually what I do is once I flip it over and I get to this point, I use the square, the framing square, and this side will be just right. And if there's any other, any differences, it'll be down here on this end, and I'll sand that off. But it takes me a little bit to use the framing square and do that and clamp it. So I decided to put these strips here on my workbench. And it's just two strips, and basically it's just a square. It's the same as a framing square. I just screwed them to the workbench. I can take them off anytime I need to, but I'm making so many flags right now that I needed somewhere that I could just go, put these things down, and there, just like that. It's square. I don't have to worry about taking the time to hold the square. So what I've been doing in the past is holding the square and the clamps, and it's kind of aggravating when you clamp it down. Sometimes it would buckle up on you. With these strips screwed down to the workbench, I can just slide it over. I know that it's square, and then the clamp fits right on it, pulls it tight, and I can actually pull the clamp lower on this side, and it pulls it tight, and it doesn't buckle up. If you clamp it too hard, it's going to buckle up, no doubt. There's no reason to clamp it that hard. I'm not trying to glue them together. I'm trying to hold them tight together while I glue the strips to it and staple the strips to it. So just a quick tip. Something you may be interested in, burning the back of it and burning the edges. That takes a little more time, but to us, it made it look a little more professional. And then also, I really saved a lot of time and headache when I put these strips on the workbench. All right, guys, not sure if that'll help or not, but I hope so. I know a lot of people have commented. I know a lot of people are making those flags these days. And, anything that can speed it up for me, hey, I'm open for it. So thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a great day.